Coming up, the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce talks about their priorities for economic growth, some of which could save you money. And a new cemetery is coming to Floyd County, honoring those who served in the military.
Cold weather continues to filter into the mountains on this Friday evening. I'll have the latest on what this means for your weekend forecast coming up as First at 4 continues.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
After a long year of economic ups and downs, members of the nonpartisan Kentucky Chamber of Commerce are sharing the business community's top legislative priorities. They believe focusing on a few key areas of investment and reform could help the state and potentially put more money in your wallet. WYMT's Zach Hawk has more on some of the Chamber's proposed tax initiatives.
Ahead of the 2022 legislative session, Kentucky Chamber of Commerce officials are focused on making the Commonwealth more competitive with neighboring states. And some of that agenda could save you money. Chamber officials say when people think of taxes, they think of the income tax. Tennessee does not have an income tax, and other neighboring states keep rates low. In 2018, Kentucky went from a 6% income tax to 5%. But Chamber officials think Kentucky should go lower.
I think it's important that we have a tax code that's fair. And I think that it's important that we are not taxing hard work.
The Tax Foundation is a group that tries to measure the competitiveness of states in attracting business and promoting economic growth. When the income tax rate dropped in 2018, the following year, Kentucky jumped in Tax Foundation rankings from 36th in competitiveness to 19th. In Hazard, Zach Hawk, WYMT, Mountain News.
The Chamber of Commerce represents business interests from across the Commonwealth. We'll have more on what officials believe could improve the quality of life in Kentucky coming up tonight at 6. Floyd County veterans are being honored in a new way with a space to keep their memory alive long after their lives are over. The Willard Kinzer Veterans Cemetery will provide 10 acres of land dedicated to Floyd County veterans and their spouses, an effort by the county to make sure the local men and women who serve the country will always have a place in the county they fought to protect.
And it's humbling to me to be involved in something like this, because this is something that will not just benefit the veterans today, but this is going to be for generations of our veterans.
Williams hopes to see work begin by late fall of next year. Hear more about the plans for the plots coming up tonight at 5:30. The second annual Pink Friday event kicked off in Hazard today. WYMT's Alyssa Williams checked in with some of the small businesses downtown who are taking part in this nationwide event.
Pink Friday events kicked off across the nation with several Hazard small businesses taking part. Pink Friday allows small businesses to offer deals before people decide to shop at larger businesses or chains. Sherlyn Perkins, owner of Oak and Willow, says she wanted to implement Pink Friday after hearing about it from other boutique owners in a nationwide boutique group.
Oh, it's important for people like me that own the small business, and it's important for the people that are shopping. And I don't know if people realize that the tax dollars spent in their own community build parks or help fund schools or do things that they want to see happen in their community.
A few of the small business owners say they're happy to come together to help promote one another and share the importance of shopping small. In Hazard, Alyssa Williams, WYMT, Mountain News.
If you visit each of the Hazard businesses taking part in Pink Friday, you can be entered to win a gift basket filled with items from each of those businesses.
And if you went out to take part in Pink Friday earlier today, you definitely had to wear that jacket because temperatures remain on the chilly side as we head through our Friday evening. A gorgeous shot in the making from our Buffalo Mountain camera. 41 degrees, by the way, here in Perry County. Those high clouds just drifting in as that sun sets. We're in for a beautiful sunset tonight. So take a look out to the west, and not the only beautiful sight we've seen in the sky today after this morning's big lunar eclipse. Temperatures out there, they're chilly. Upper 30s, low 40s around the Big Sandy and much of the Kentucky River Valley. We're a little bit warmer in the Cumberland Valley, where we're dipping into those mid 40s right now. But either way you slice it, it's below average, and you're definitely going to want to bundle up out there as you work through your Friday evening and into your Friday night. Pinpoint Doppler It's a clean sweep around the region. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, we've had a few high clouds try to sneak on in as we've gone through the daytime hours. No rain coming from them. Nothing to worry about in that department as we finish out our Friday. So as we head into tonight, make sure you bundle up. A chilly one out there. Mid-20s under partly cloudy skies around the region as we continue to watch some of those clouds stream in ahead of our next system, which looks to work our way, maybe not necessarily tomorrow, but before the weekend's out. I'll have the details on that coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. All Kentucky adults can already get a COVID-19 booster shot, but today the FDA approved booster shots for all adults in the United States, with the CDC advisors signing off this afternoon. Meanwhile, state and federal health leaders are urging parents to vaccinate their children, hoping to get them vaccinated before Christmas. Wedco Public Health Director Dr. Crystal Miller says she decided to vaccinate her kids to keep them safe. She hopes other parents will do the same.
It was a big concern for me to send my kids to school unvaccinated, knowing that the masks don't fit the children's face in the way that it should, and so it's hard to keep it up.
Health experts say if you vaccinate your children within the next few days, they'll be fully vaccinated by Christmas. A recent poll of more than 2,000 people, including more than 1,400 who are vaccinated, shows half are hesitant to spend the holidays with unvaccinated family and friends. Dr. William Hanaj with the Harvard School of Public Health says it's okay to meet with your family without a mask this Thanksgiving, but recommends the vaccine.
If you're not vaccinated, or if you're around people who aren't for whatever reason, you can reduce risk by things like using rapid tests. People can take a rapid test before coming to the Thanksgiving meal.
Dr. Hanaj also advises people to gather outdoors if possible, open the windows if weather allows, and consider getting a HEPA air purifier. Finally, some relief from that recent pain at the pump. This is good news for drivers heading on the road for the Thanksgiving holiday. Crude oil is taking a dive, hitting a 6-week low, with oil prices dropping 10%. AAA says the national average of gas is leveling off at $3.41 a gallon. There's also a possibility the U.S. could team up with China to tap into oil reserves, but releasing these emergency reserves leaves less crude oil available for the next crisis. Goldman Sachs says the coordinated release would only provide a short-term fix. Trouble is brewing for coffee lovers. That next cup of Magic Java beans may cost you a little bit more thanks to inflation and extreme weather. Coffee futures have jumped to the highest level since 2012. Part of the problem is severe drought and frost conditions in Brazil, the world's largest coffee supplier. The Consumer Inflation Report shows there is some good news. Although coffee prices are climbing, they have not increased as much as other items. Starbucks and other companies buy far in advance, which allows them to keep prices in check for now. A win for Democrats this morning as President Biden's nearly $2 trillion social spending plan clears a major hurdle. The bill passed the House early this morning with 220 yes votes and 213 no votes. The passage follows months of debate within the Democratic Party, but Democratic leaders know a bigger battle lies ahead in the Senate, not only from Senate Republicans, but moderate Democrats as well.
90-some% of the bill was written together, House, Senate, White House. There were some differences at the end, and we'll deal with those as we go forward.
Moderates, including West Virginia's Joe Manchin, say they are waiting for the analysis by the Congressional Budget Office, which estimates the bill will add $367 billion to the deficit during the next decade, but it does not account for money that could be generated from tax enforcement. Travis McMichael, the man who killed Ahmaud Arbery, was on the stand for a second day of cross-examination. Under questioning from the prosecution, McMichael admitted that Arbery had never actually threatened him before Arbery was gunned down.
He has not threatened you?
No.
Hasn't pulled out a gun?
No, ma'am.
Hasn't pulled out a knife?
He did not.
Still arms at his sides?
That's correct.
And he's trying to get away from you?
And I was letting him run away, yes, ma'am.
Lawyers representing William Roddy Bryan asked for a plea deal yesterday. Bryan was the man who filmed the shooting. Prosecutors talked to the Arbery family, and that request was ultimately denied. The jury will hear closing arguments on Monday. Coming up on First at 4, this electric car you're seeing can go more than 500 miles on a single charge. We'll take a look at the latest vehicles running on e-power.
And the temperature continues to tumble as we head into the next few days. I'll have the details on just how low we could see heading into your Thanksgiving week coming up.
WYMT